ultimately, I just was like, this doesn't make any sense logically. And I've made some commitments in my life due to some experiences that I'm not going to be part of something that I'm not fully invested or committed behind.
Yeah.
And so I made a very vocal position within the police department that this is retarded. This doesn't make any sense. And if we're going to do this, we have to be cautious because under state code, demanding somebody wear something as a medical intervention device classifies it as a prescription, which under Idaho code requires a prescription be written by a medical professional. And we're demanding it of everybody without understanding each individual person's, pros and cons or whether or not they can even do it. I said, so we're making this, imposing this over people. And as a peace officer, I will never take someone's rights away by forcing them to wear this or inject that into their body. Because I'm just not going to stand for that. Because if you can force someone to wear a mask, then you can force them to take this injection. And that wasn't even the dialogue at the time that I was saying this. It was only 30 days after the mask mandates.
Yeah.
I said, so yeah, no.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff going on during that time, man. I didn't really see a lot of it outside of my small bubble of exposure and the people that I was around in my perspective, but especially in places like California, bro. Oh my God, or Washington State or New York, and there was all these stories circulating, and people were hyping stuff up, and people were using fear to drive narratives and fear to drive perspectives, and there's a lot of people that were scared and all this other stuff because frankly, most people in America don't really feel any level of adversity in their lives because they're just going to and from work, and they can go get their Starbucks, they can go get their Bruegger's bagel, they can go get their pizza. And like the biggest level of friction they feel is when their alarm clock goes off in the morning, so like a lot of people have this kind of thing thrust onto them, and they don't know how to react other than to just comply with everything, because that's just, easier for them, and there's less friction and nobody's upset.
A lot of it's emotional driven, and I even said, listen, I said, fine, I'm not going to wear one because I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
And if you are, you should wear one. Well, then you're putting me at risk. I said, that is illogical. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're wearing the protection, you're protected from me not wearing it. I said, you can't say I'm putting you at risk if you're wearing the protective measures that they say you can wear.
Yeah.
So keep your distance and wear your masks. It's fine. But you can't make me do it, and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So in my department, that kind of position really became a point of conflict. Even after 9 years of being there, being a less lethal instructor, being a field training officer, being a cadre at the academy, being a senior officer.